It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hey guys, good morning and happy Valentine's Day. Guys, I want to wish everybody a very special happy Valentine's Day. Whether you have somebody with you as a partner or not, it doesn't matter, because even if you don't, today could be a day to love yourself. Why not? We can all celebrate Valentine's Day. It's actually one of my least favorite holidays. I'm not going to lie. Halloween and Valentine's Day take the cake because I'm super emotional as a Cancer, and I take on other people's energies, I feel. I mean, at least that's what I've been told, like empathic or whatever the case is. But when it comes to like being emotional in my own like relationship and stuff like that, it's really difficult for me. So Valentine's Day, I'm always like trying to put myself out there and like go above and like it's weird. I'm a strange person. But guys, I wanted to say we're kicking this off in the first 2 minutes with 150 people. So thank you. Of course, this is a special wake up in Adam because we will be unboxing our silver play button, which we're going to put right behind me along with my mic because I just got a new one. We're trying to switch things up and we still have to move the shelf over just a little bit, but we're playing with it. So bear with us. In the meantime, though, last night, how about those Rams? The Super Bowl, that was amazing. And the halftime show was absolutely incredible. If you guys were rooting for the Bengals, I am sorry. I'm not huge on like football teams, but I always like, living in Los Angeles, I was rooting for the Rams just because of that. I don't really have a dog in this fight. And I think I actually had some family members. Can you say that you have family members who have money on the game, or is that illegal? I don't know. So I'm not going to say that, but I feel like there were a lot of people who had money on this game. Let's just put it that way. And I don't know why that would be illegal, especially when gambling is not. Anyways, getting back to it. We have a lot of Bravo topics to cover because the Real Housewives of Atlanta and the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills both wrapped filming this week. And I asked you guys which one you're more excited about watching, which season is piquing your interest more. And the majority of the vote definitely leaned towards Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Now, I'm definitely not shocked by that. But okay, so once we get over let's say 300 people in the room, I'll do the unboxing. But in the meantime, I want to bring up something just to kick off our day right, because I thought this was hilarious. And I love me some B. Scott. I don't know if B. Scott loves me, but that's okay. I love B. Scott. And I wanted to show you guys this video because I thought it was absolutely hilarious. Here we go.
Hi, how can I help you? What the fuck?
Here we go.
Work like that, it takes days. I want to talk to the manager. Okay, 1 second. Hi, how can I help you? What the fuck is your problem? It's my problem. It's just you. You came in here acting like you own the place. I want to rent a yacht. Does it look like you have yachts? I see them all around there. We don't have any yachts to rent. I see them. Whose yachts are they? They're personal yachts. I guess you don't want to make no money here at this restaurant. I guess we don't. What the hell are you doing? You cannot record me. That is against my HIPAA law. Give me that.
Now, I don't know if that's against her HIPAA law or not, but when you're a Karen and you're out in the wild, there's a whole social media, Instagram, Twitter, everything dedicated to you. So if you're going to go out and make an ass of yourself and start screaming at people, which I think I come from a very sympathetic place, especially being in hospitality for a long time. My mom was a career server who had 3 different jobs at the same time trying to take care of her kids, and she worked her ASS off. So when it comes to there's a saying, when you go out, take notice and see how people who you're with treat the server, because if you were in that position, they would treat you the exact same way. And I absolutely agree with that. I don't have I don't have any like patience for people who are rude to hospitality people, unless you just get like a random ass of a server or bartender, like I told you guys about the other night, who was questioning my education, which I was like, who are you? Then sometimes maybe, okay, it's doable. But I don't want to keep it about the Karens. I want to move on to some Bravo news because that's what we're here to talk about. Hold on. And hi, guys. Let me see who's in the room before I say move on. Santivia, hi. Karen's in the wild. Rosemary, Jeanette, hi. Marae, Annika, Ayoko. Ayoko, by the way, I heard a lot about you from Captain Sean, so I just wanted to say that. Janelle Allen, hi. Happy Valentine's Day. Catherine Bennett, HIPAA only counts at the doctor. See? I don't know. Karen, good morning. Renee, good morning. Dear Dana, hi. Angela, hello. Okay. I see Georgia, Carolina, and Bad and Bougie in the room. Guys, I did pin the link at the top. And again, it's a subscribers-only live chat. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Smash that like button. We will be unboxing once we hit 300 in the room. There's only 40 more to go. But let's share another well, I'm doing all my topics like this today. Okay, so we think we found out, as per reality TV Von Teese, and then also Bravo Snarkside, we think we found out who our new Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, our new housewife, would be. There's a lot of factors pointing at this person, and this person kind of looks like a Heather Gay doppelganger. I'm not going to lie, but this is her. If you guys haven't checked her out, and I am so curious, her name is Tiffany Colese. She's a stylist and owner of Name Droppers high-end designer consignment stores. She has 2 locations in Salt Lake. I want to know more about her, especially if she is the one. But this is her, and she kind of reminds me of a Heather Gay. And maybe she's fun. Maybe she'll bring some lighthearted energy to the show, and maybe there won't be any talk about her potentially marrying her stepfather, Cole allegations, Facebook posts that repost. I mean, we could go down the line. There's been a lot that's happened. This is her and her daughter. I mean, they look like a cute, fun family. I don't know. But then I was reading, and some people were extremely unhappy with the fact that our new housewife would be, because they feel like it's not fair. And I do understand that, because we've been talking about this for a long time. It's been a huge topic for Bravo, having diversity on the show. And they're like, why are you replacing, 2 of our women of color with a white woman? And that was one of the topics that I saw, or at least one of the main comments that I saw on social media. But I couldn't imagine where they would only replace one of them. I feel like there's probably 2 or 3 women testing right now. We'll probably get 2 housewives and 1 friend of. However, they started filming a couple weeks ago. So you would think at this point we would have a little bit more information. And as of right now, we don't. I do see Philly Diva and Janelle Sunshine in the room as well. Let me see, because there was another, hold on. Where are you? Where are you? Here it is. Here you are. They were filming Coach Shaw's birthday. There's Jen Shaw. Looks like they're having a good time. Everybody's at the party. The only person who was kind of ousted from this party would be the woman who we still don't know yet. They were saying Lisa Barlow did not make the party, but Lisa Barlow absolutely did, even though the women still don't agree with her right now. And they are bashing Lisa Barlow all over the place for claiming that she is the richest on the cast. Well, Mary Cosby, Heather Gay, Meredith Marks, they seem to completely disagree with that. Also, Heather Gay was like, how are we supposed to trust a woman who stole her husband from her sister? I didn't even know about that. I mean, we know that it was mentioned, but did she really steal her husband from her sister? I don't know. I see Trish Hobbs Phillips. I see everybody. I'm going to start bringing in callers, but since we have over 300 in the room, I guess we will open this box. Let me see. Okay, so before we open this box, I just want to say thank you to everybody, because this has been something that we've been fighting for a while, and I want to cover my address on here because I don't want people to see it, but fighting for a while, and I'm so excited to put this up here, especially because this looked like the journey to 100,000 subscribers. It felt like a long haul, which really sounds crazy, because some people are like, some people have channels for a long time and they never make it to 100,000 subscribers. So it's really not a testament to me. It's more of a testament to this amazing community that we've built. And I love that we get to do this on Valentine's Day, because I really feel like even though my Valentine is in the same apartment, I still have 104,000 of you guys who I feel like are just as much as a Valentine. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, Valentine's Day is not my day. But we have the box, so I'm going to go ahead and open the box. Here we go. Fucking box is strong as shit. Ah! I don't want my address on here. Okay, you get a card. Congratulations on your subscriber milestone. We are honored to take part in recognizing your achievement and want your experience to be exceptional. This award was inspected and packaged with great care by Zach. Who's Zach? Okay, Zach. Then it comes with a little note. So read this really quick. Do you remember your first subscriber, your 100th, or your 1000th? Chances are you do, and we know that you definitely remember your 100,000th subscriber. Your fans may have found it's not a fan. You may have found you while searching YouTube, learned about you through a friend, or maybe you showed up as a recommended video. No matter how they came to your channel, fans stayed, and their numbers increased because of your unique voice and the excitement of being a part of the growing community that you established. We are thrilled to see the development of your community and are so proud to honor you with this impressive milestone of reaching 100,000 subscribers with the Silver Creator Award. Congratulations. We know that you have many more stories to share with the community, and we know that your family, not fans, can't wait for you to engage and amaze them even more with your commitment and creativity. So keep creating, keep building. We can't wait to see what you'll do next, and we're here to support you along the way. And who knows, when you reach your 1,000,000th subscriber, we may just write you to ask you, do you remember your 100,000th subscriber? Okay. Okay. So it comes in this. Ah! We got it. We got it, guys. I'm so excited. Okay, hold on. I'm in my pajamas. Is that okay? Can I just leave it right there? Oh, no, she's got to be centered. Yeah, she's centered. Hey! Okay. We don't need the box. Wow. Okay. All right. I'm going to start bringing up callers really quick since it is Valentine's Day. And I want to talk to you guys. By the way, the shelf is moving over. The mic is going on the shelf. I have a new mic that's been in a box for a week, but I had to wait for a stand because I got the wrong stand. It wasn't big enough. So this is all going to look a little bit different. My head's not going to be covering it. And I look like a freaking cockatoo today. It was Super Bowl Sunday last night. Bear with me. Because even though I'm not a big football fan, I still like to party. So hold on. Let's bring up some callers. Last night. Bear with me. Hi, Trish.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing well. Congratulations, Adam. I'm so excited for you. So well deserved.
Thank you. Thank you. And I think there might be a tab open with the sound in the background because you have a little bit of a, I think I can hear me. Thank you.
Yeah, something's going on. I might need to switch over to my phone.
Okay. Well, if you want to switch over to your phone, I'll bring you back up. But Trish, thank you for calling in. I want to bring you back up so you can join us.
Okay, I'll see you in a few.
All right. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day to you too.
All right. All right. Let's see. Let's bring up some more callers. Hi, Donna.
Hi, happy Valentine's Day. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You are
Happy
just
Valentine's Day.
how's that? I mean, I'm just so excited. I was looking at like, oh my gosh, congratulations.
You know, the only thing that doesn't make me excited about this, and I have to be honest, is that I have a fan above me in this room that I'm in. It's hot as hell. And the fan, you can see it rotating. So I'm just assuming like right now, because I can see it from here. I didn't want to turn the fan on because the silver play button thing has a mirror in it. And I was like, oh shit, is this going to mess up my mojo? But maybe not. Let me try.
I think that was awesome.
Okay. Okay. Well, and of course the fan's on the lowest setting ever. I got to get more prepared for this. But good morning, Donna.
Good
Do you have
morning.
any plans for Valentine's?
No, I'm working.
Okay.
I got some treats for myself. I'm having some strawberry and champagne when I get off. So
nice. Nice. I don't know, out of all days, I chose because I always go on these like Jason and I will go out and we'll have happy hours and stuff like that. But now since I know that we're going to Los Angeles and like getting ready for April, I want to just everything back up, do my own little like natural facelift and let the alcohol go for, I'm going to step off of it for 6 weeks. So please have a glass for me.
I sure will. You look amazing though. You look so good.
Hey, I'll keep you around, Donna. You're good for the confidence. Thank you. But okay, so we're watching Salt Lake City, yeah?
Yes.
Did you see the woman who I brought up?
Yes. I saw that video.
And the video of Coach Shaw's party. So I did want to ask because, and this is a question I have for everybody only because I was reading the comments on social media about this new woman and people were not happy about replacing 2 of our castmates of color with a white woman. And of course, that's going to be a topic of conversation right now because everyone's been reaching out to Bravo. It's been a huge topic of discussion for the past couple of years. I think at least 2-3 years now, which it should have been much longer than that. But, you know, people want diversity on our housewife shows. And if we take out Mary Cosby, we don't really know what the future looks like for Jen Shaw. And now Jenny Nguyen, of course, is gone. And we're replacing them with a new cast member who is a white woman.
I think that speaks on the franchise. I'm sure the city, I mean, I don't know how diverse Salt Lake City is, but I think cities like, I don't know, Bravo is very upsetting because you have cities like New York that is so diverse,
right,
and so wide ranging. I'm not sure about Salt Lake City's diversity, and then its wealthy, diverse population. I don't know. So I'm going to reserve an opinion about that. I don't know how many rich people of color are even in Salt Lake City year round, so I don't want to say that.
You know what's funny is a lot of the women too, like Meredith Marks, she lives in Salt Lake City when they're filming Salt Lake City. So it really doesn't even, do you even have to be like a full-time resident at this point?
And that was questionable. But when you have cities like, again, New York, LA, Atlanta, there's just way more diversity. If I was, you know, and I'm blessed enough to have gone to these cities and to visit and to travel to them, but if someone hasn't, or someone out of the country, it makes one think it's like a monolith of, oh, they just have this in America or in that city, and it's not true.
Right. No, I'd
like the cities to represent their diversity.
I agree with that. I think that, and especially it's not that hard, to be honest with you, whether it's New York, Orange County, you know, Dallas, Beverly Hills, Atlanta, Potomac, it's not that hard to find a diverse group of people. I live right here in South Florida, and it would be like, you know, like Miami, they definitely represented this year, but I feel like that's everywhere you go, you're going to have diversity. It's not like I don't know of a neighborhood, even my small town in Tennessee that was a mile long when I first moved there, all you would see technically really was just like everybody looked the same. And then when I went back and I visited, it was like 3 years ago, which I hate going back. Not Tennessee, but just that small town. It was a lot more diverse. People are moving from all over the place, and people are settling in, especially after the pandemic and stuff like that. Exactly. So there's not an excuse for it, really.
And again, it may be a financial thing. I don't know, but yeah, I'm not impressed with that. And I think it should represent the cities more, right? You know, and its diversity. But
no, yeah, and just to be fair too, Leah McSweeney, she doesn't have that opulent lifestyle and the wealth, but we brought her on to New York, so I don't know. I have questions for sure.
I am in agreement. I'm going to let you go to let someone else call up. Plus, I have calls coming in. I am working. But I am keeping you on, and I will watch you. So have a great day. You and Jason have a beautiful Valentine's Day. And again, congratulations on your award.
Hey, thank you, Donna. Happy Valentine's Day. I hope you have a beautiful day and enjoy that champagne. Think about me when you're taking a sip of one of those glasses, okay?
The whole bottle, I will think of you.
All right. Bye, Donna.
Bye.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and start bringing up more callers too. We have a full room in here, which is amazing. I'm going to bring up 2 at a time. Before I do, let me just bring up another one of these. Where are you? Oh, here it is. I wanted to bring this up too. Let me refresh.
And a woman takes the ball.
Well, you know, when they can't get to that man, then they turn to his partner. And that's what I think has happened. I think that I have taken a lot of the attention that should be for other people.
Yeah.
Other people. So I've been the whipping girl for a lot of people. And I've taken the beating in the public when others should be actually
raising their hands.
Yeah.
Do you think that you would still be taking the beating if you weren't famous?
I think it would be a bad legal story, and I think it would have gone away. I do think that because I am on a reality TV show, it is magnified. I think that because of what I've done professionally, it is magnified. No, It would just be a bad legal story.
I agree.
A bad, tragic legal story that goes away, known in the legal profession, and that's it. But it wouldn't be this sort of, you know, I mean, you've been in my house, paparazzi outside my house every day.
Girl, we just wanted a pizza from Lucifer's.
And it didn't happen. Every day. It was was like, you know, and it's still happening every day. I don't quite know what they want from me.
Yeah.
You know, other than I'm trying to pick up the pieces of my life and move forward.
Something happens with a man.
Okay. Hold on. Let me turn this off.
You know, when they can't get to that man, then they turn to his partner.
Where are you?
What I think has happened.
Okay. All right. I'm going to start bringing up callers because there are some things that she said I agree with and there are some things that I disagree with. I don't think you can necessarily, I understand it had she had not been a celebrity, a Bravo celebrity on a reality TV show that, you know, she probably wouldn't get as much scrutiny as she's gotten now. But however, going into that, you know that you're on a TV show, you know that people have all eyes on you. And I think that in Erika's position, and who the hell am I? I've never been in a situation like Erika, but I think that she could have at least expressed a little bit more compassion for the victims, and that would have gotten her a lot further with the fans. Let's go ahead and bring up some callers. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning, Ting.
I congratulations, Adam, on 100K.
Hey, thank you.
Hey.
Whoa, the whole dance, song and dance and all?
Listen, I'm having Starbucks and I worked out this morning, so I'm in a good mood.
Oh, okay. I skipped my workout, so I'm hoping that maybe later, but I did get my Starbucks, so. All right. So I do want to ask you both about the two subjects that I've already covered. One would be Erika in this interview with Justin Sylvester, and then also the new housewife for Salt Lake City, the potential new housewife. She hasn't been confirmed, and I have a feeling that they wouldn't confirm her until promos come out anyways. It's not like they're going to say, oh, we have this new housewife, and then all of a sudden she tests, and then 4 weeks in, they're like, oh, no, she was absolutely not working. No.
Right. I put this in the chat. Salt Lake City is becoming more diverse because it's more affordable to live there than like the other big cities like New York, Chicago, LA. However, that is within like our age group, the millennials. That is like where a lot of the diversity is coming from. So it's going to be more so than people who are Gen Xers or boomers. So, excuse me. And I know like Whitney is a millennial technically, but like the other ladies, I think they're more Gen X. So it's like you're not going to have a lot of diversity. And but also we have to remember is like as much as we want diversity on these shows, the women have to have some semblance of a friendship because we can smell a fake friendship from a mile away. That's why everyone kept calling out Mary and Meredith because like it made no sense. Like, wait, is this a real friendship?
And Ebony on Real Housewives of New York, they tried faking like she was friends with Leah McSweeney, which we all could sniff out from a mile away.
Exactly. I was just like, I know Ebony and Leah do not run in the same circles. First off, Ebony is Harlem bougie, and Leah likes to hang out with the people on Love and Hip Hop. So, like, they're not going to cross those circles. Okay.
I do too.
Listen, I want to hang out with the Love and Hip Hop people and the Harlem bougie people. I got two sides to me. And then Erika.
All right. Enough said. Georgia, Carolina, come on. I see the eyes. You're giving me the entire face right now. What are you thinking?
I'm just, resting.
Okay.
But yeah, with Erika,
You resting with
it's
good
like
face, boo-boo?
I do. I do what I can. I just do what I can. I moisturize. I pray. I'm a good person. I speak out against injustice. Simple things.
Okay.
But yeah, just with Erika, it's just like, girl, we get that had you not been on a reality show, wouldn't nobody even care or probably know that you're Erika Jayne, let alone Erika Girardi. But the issue is more so how you've been handling yourself throughout the duration of this situation. More people have an issue with the way that you're conducting yourself on top of with the question of what you knew. Like, at some point, it became less about what you knew because you were gonna be financially implicated regardless. Like you were gonna like they're investigating you. You're gonna have to be responsible for some type of debt. Them earrings, you coming off of something. You were coming off of something. You were paying somebody something. I don't know if you need to go get money orders, food stamps, or what you need to do, but you paying somebody. So now it's less about what you knew and it's just more about how you're handling yourself. You seem to really like care nothing about the victims until people point out that you haven't mentioned the victims.
Right.
Like it just really seems like you're just wasting our time crying victim when we really don't care, when we really want to just see you like help the victims. Like if she not bringing one of the victims on this season, I don't want to I really don't care.
Well,
I really don't care.
and for her
Like
to,
I need something.
I think that we've talked about this. I've even talked about this with Emily D. Baker a few times. And I understand, like, from just trying to dissect Erika's situation, there's not a whole lot she can give us, right? She is still in an entire, like, her lawyers are not going to let her speak on this too much because it could implicate her. But however, I mean, potentially, we don't know. But however, you are still choosing to do a reality TV show. And if you're going to go that route, then like Emily said, why would you not at least have your attorneys draw up some sort of a letter? I am so sorry that my husband put you through this. And I will do whatever I can, whether it's like writing a book or, you know, signing some sort of deal, whatever I can to help in however, like whatever way that I can. Why would you not at least put out a statement saying that? And I think that's part of the problem too.
I think she's trying to avoid culpability because she doesn't want to get dragged into these lawsuits, which is understandable. But besides the bankruptcy, the bankruptcy case, like she's not being charged with anything.
Right.
She's not. No one is coming after her per se. And the only reason why she's being people are going after her for the bankruptcy stuff is because Tom's buying her Chagalls and diamond earrings and all this with stolen money.
And you're running around the world for Cartier.
Right. Like it's not even alleged. We don't even have to say allegedly anymore. Like that is just, those are just the facts.
Run the footage. Bravo editors. like at this point, like we could be having this conversation and like Bravo could literally just cut in everything that we're saying as if this is the episode.
I mean, I do want to say really quick, I'm going to bring up other people with us. I see Philly Diva, Mel New York reviews, Dear Dana, Bad and Bougie, Sarah, Ebony Dix. This is going to be really quick. So I'm going to bring up Ebony because I know how she does it. She pops in, pops out, lets us have it, and then is like, bye.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just really want to see, like Zach Peters says, she answered our questions. They may not be the answers we like, but she answered them. So that's what I have to go with. I feel bad, but congratulations, Adam. I'm so excited.
Hey, thank you.
I'm excited for your growth and I'm excited to see what you do in the future. And yes, Jordan does. You guys check his channel out. The last couple, he has a lot of content that he talked about with human rights. Just it's fantastic. So I hope people look into his channel, and it's fantastic. He's got some great information. But yeah, congratulations. But Erika did answer the questions. They just weren't what we wanted to hear. Right. And she's not going to bring on people to have us be like, oh, Erika. Mike, I have one more thing for the audience too, because like I think it was Donna Bell said, we do want diversity, but I think we have so much invested interest into these individuals. Who can we bring up they need a real friend. Like right. I need Kyle to bring up Faye Resnick. I need someone to bring up a real friend to provide us that content that we want. And
like the behind the scenes and people who know things, not just somebody who's like, hey, I'm here and I'm a fan of the show already, but I don't really know these women.
Yeah, just something like that. Something real we can really just, we need that. Because anyway, if they bring us somebody else who's a friend of the show, we're not even going to believe it. Right. Okay, everyone, have a great one.
Happy Valentine's. All right. And I'm also going to bring up...
It's going to be hard to find... Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, I'm going to bring up Trish Phillips, too, who just said in the chat that she is a bankruptcy attorney. I always love talking to our attorneys or prosecutors or former ones. I mean, here, Hi, Trish.
Hello, I'm back. Is everything...
Yes, we can hear
better? You. Okay. So it doesn't matter that Erika Jayne is Erika Jayne. She could be Jane Doe. And my husband, who used to be a bankruptcy trustee, he's now a bankruptcy judge. So, and I practiced for 10 years and then stopped to raise kids. So I might be a little rusty, but I can always go to him. But it doesn't matter if she's Erika Jayne or Jane Doe. a trustee in bankruptcy is going to go back and look at every transaction that was made by a debtor within at least a year for each back. And they're going to look and further if there's actual fraud. So it doesn't matter if she knew that her diamonds were paid for by money that he was using from the law firm or not. If they can trace that money to the law firm, if he used a credit card from Girardi to buy those earrings, I don't care if they were a gift or not, they were paid for by the firm's money. So the trustee is going to go back and unwind all of the fraudulent conveyances, even preferential conveyances. So, for example, you can't prefer certain creditors over others. So a trustee in bankruptcy will come in and pull back all the assets, okay, and then divvy them out according to priority. So people who have a judgment, for example, those folks who had gotten burned and had a judgment that they perfected, which means they created a lien on all of the real property and personal property.
Can I just take a pause? I have to go attend a work call.
No.
I'll be back in like 15 minutes. Can you
Yes.
just drop me down? I'll be listening in the background. I'll like wait till you want to bring me back up.
Of course.
Because everything that Trisha's saying is like awesome and I love it. I love legalese. But yeah, I have
Yes.
to go work call.
Happy Valentine's Day. We'll bring you back.
Okay, bye.
All right.
Okay, so I guess again too, you have to understand the difference between a Chapter 7 and a Chapter 11 or Chapter 11 liquidation. And with Girardi, I'm assuming it's a Chapter 7 liquidation. So with a Chapter 7, you've got a bright line. You've got the line that you file for bankruptcy, and everything, all of your assets that you own on that day that are not otherwise exempt or excluded from your estate can be used to pay those pre-petition creditors. And that's what's going on right now. The trustee is looking at what assets are part of the estate and that should be part of the estate that maybe were paid out fraudulently or preferentially, for example. So it doesn't, maybe Erika Jayne is getting some pushback because she's Erika Jayne and flaunting her wealth and, it's expensive to be me. And especially the optics of that after it comes out that your husband has ripped off widows and orphans. Right. I find it offensive that she would come out and say, well, I should be able to keep all of these things because they were gifts. I mean, it's like blood money. I can't imagine how she could enjoy wearing those earrings or that Cartier ring. I would feel sick every time I wore those things.
And
so even
that's why we have the problem, is because she doesn't feel those things. Like, that's why we have the issue, is because she's like, no, they're mine. I deserve this fur. Like, girl, what?
I'm going to add to our next caller too, Bad and Bougie, in with us. But before I do, I wanted to say too, everyone, and Janelle made a great point. She's not being charged with anything right now. But the thing is, and there's Ronald Richards who's saying this, Emily D. Baker, a lot of people have pointed out that this is right now she's going through this, but who knows if or when the IRS is going to pop up after this too. And at that point, if you're defrauding the IRS, you might have, and not saying she is, not saying that they did, but if you get to the IRS, we obviously know the IRS is no joke. So at that point, you could potentially be criminally charged. Am I right about that, Trish?
Well, I'm not a criminal lawyer. I know that the IRS gets paid first. Whenever there's a bankruptcy, they are up, above the admin. They're up there with the secured lenders. They generally get paid first. You don't want to mess with the IRS. I'm trying to think. I guess they could go after her if I'm not sure why they would go after her if she didn't claim money that she was getting as income, or that she signed returns with her husband that were fraudulent, that he wasn't.
They were saying that the business and again, don't quote me on this, but it was something to the effect of, it was over a couple of years where the business kept on claiming that it was just losing and losing and losing. And then after that, Erika did interviews, and she even put in her book, she's like, you guys think that I'm some, dumb blonde or something like this, but I see all of the taxes. My name's on the tax returns. I know what's going on. So by her, and Ronald Richards posted a clip of her saying, I signed the tax returns too. Like, I know what's going on. I know what's happening, and just that.
Oh, yeah. And even if she didn't know what's happening, the fact that she signed the return, she's on the hook, because it's your responsibility to know what's happening, and ignorance of the law is no excuse. So, yeah, she'll
with
get
Teresa. She didn't know what she was signing either, but there's her signature. Ooh.
There you go.
Right. Hi, Bad and Bougie.
Hey.
I see you down there agreeing. I see you agreeing with everything that Trish is saying. So I had to bring you up too.
Yeah, I was just going to say same thing Jordan said. It's okay. And Teresa put her signature on and did a year in jail. So it's going to be interesting to see how the same incident would be treated amongst different people of different races. I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there. Okay. Because no, Erika Jayne, you can't get away with saying, I know, I signed, I did this, I did that. Okay, well, then you have to take responsibility for that, just like Teresa had to do.
That's true. And, that's where with everybody, like, again, bringing up Janelle's point, as of right now, this isn't even a card that's on the table. But since there is so much talk about the taxes and the business accounts, and we know that I believe it's called the Tax Franchise Board, they just, I'm pretty sure that it's on Ronald Richards' Twitter, shut down that business. So if that's all true, and that's the tax board, I don't know. I would just imagine that there would be somebody looking into this.
Yeah, that's sort of separate from the bankruptcy, though, right? That's her company that she was trying to, whether she was using the losses to offset income so she wouldn't have to pay as much. That's sort of separate from the bankruptcy, which is the bankruptcy not of Tom, because his bankruptcy got dismissed, right? You can go after Tom Girardi individually now because there's no automatic stay. His bankruptcy was dismissed for fraud, I imagine. But the bankruptcy of Girardi Keese is still going on. And there's nothing, she doesn't have to be a criminal in order for the trustee, or she doesn't even have to be alleged to have done anything wrong or had any knowledge for the trustee to be able to go back and say, I have a receipt here on a Girardi Keese Visa card, payable to Fink's Jewelers for $1 million for these earrings, which means they were paid for by estate money. You have to give those back. So that's separate from a criminal IRS issue with her own personal company.
Let me tell you something. Way back when, I used to represent a company when they would go to bankruptcy, and we would go so far as to be like, how much in jewelry do you have? Okay, that jewelry needs to go towards paying this debt. So for her to want to hang on to some $1 million earrings when there's orphans and stuff, she disgusts me at this point.
Well, I have a story of a colleague of mine who is in a deposition. It's called a debtor's deposition, where if I get a judgment against you and I'm trying to collect on it, I can pull you in every 6 months and depose you and ask you about all of your assets. What can I come or send the sheriff out to pick up to pay off my debt? I've had, he was a young associate working at my firm, and certain things are exempt. So if you've got like a family ring, an heirloom, for example, you can claim an exemption for that. But this woman was wearing a ring during the debtor's deposition, and the associate said, take it off. That's mine now. And she couldn't get it off, and she was crying. And the guy was heartless. He was like, well, let me get you some lotion to help take it off. And she started crying. And then, And then she admitted that, well, it was my mother's ring or my grandmother's ring. And that's when he said, oh, well, he looked at her lawyer and said, well, then I assume you will write that on the exempt, the things that are exempt, like the family Bible, a homestead exemption for a certain amount of equity in your home. I think it's like $10,000 in Virginia. But you can, at the debtor's deposition, say, take off your watch, take off the rings that you're wearing, how much money do you have in your wallet, and you can take it right then and there and put it towards your debt.
Yeah, so all that to say, how dare she want to keep these $1 million earrings? Like, the thing is, like Jordan was saying earlier, the thing that makes her so despicable to me is that even once you realize, say she didn't know, which I know she knew, okay? But let's just say she didn't know nothing about what he was doing. Once she found out, she claims to be a girl that came up from the gutter, right? She was, poor and they made it up. Give up all that, start all over again. You got a name, you got, you know what I'm saying? You're on a show, you're making.
But you got to remember, that's the only reason why she started over at this point.
You just give up the earrings. And that's what, to me, and y'all know, I started out here being an Erika fan, but now she's disgusting to me because I wouldn't give a F. And I don't know, I look to her up because I'm.
No, you look great.
I'm up a whole week in the Super Bowl parties. But no, you should be perfectly willing to give up those earrings or anything else, because I would be disgusted knowing what my ex-husband had done. Like,
that's why I said, for me, this is a morality issue. Like, for me, this is all about Erika's morals, because the way that she's handling this is more so indicative of her character to me than what she knew, because she could have not known anything up until the point that this hit the press. But then everything that you've done since this hit the press has been shady.
Yeah.
Like everything from conveniently selling your clothes, from not acknowledging the victims.
She's like, every time I see Erika, she's diamond out when she's filming and stuff like that. And she's like, you have the ability to get some stuff up.
Episode 1.
And Trish made a good point too. It's like, it kind of does. And I don't want to sit here and rag on Erika, but it does kind of feel like, why would you want those belongings, whether you think they're gifts or not? I understand. And I try to play devil's advocate here, but I read the comments, especially because there's been a lot over the past year and a half when it comes to the Girardi scandal. But a lot of people are like, well, she's been in that relationship for 20 years. She deserves to walk away with something. But then it's not there. Those weren't things that you should have necessarily had to begin with to be able to walk away.
And
with.
Also, Adam,
me
and Bougie, this is exactly what I'm talking about when I say I don't know one black person that believes Erika. This is what I'm talking about.
Well, Erika begs to differ with you, Jordan.
Okay, she can beg to differ all she wants to. Who else in the room black?
Don't do that, Erika.
Run the gambit, because we can do this all day.
Let me say
Girl,
this,
like, no,
Erika,
we don't believe you, sir.
This is the thing. If you, like Jordan keeps saying, not one time has she made any kind of, and I know they say, oh, for legal reasons, she can't say this or that. Okay, cool. But if they say, hey, we want the earrings, the first thing should be like, here, take them. You know, especially, come on now.
How this has affected her more than how this has impacted the victim.
That makes $20 an hour that needs everything she has. Okay, you're making what, 600,000-700,000 or more a year from Bravo, so you can get your own earrings. Ooh, I was about to say something. You can get your own earrings. So to me, at least to make myself feel a little bit better about all these people that were hurt, I would happily just throw them earrings.
But hold on, I want to make a point too. And this is a question I think maybe Trish might be able to help with this one, but I've heard this before. I've even heard this from Emily. Julie Scoot said, honestly, it's about debt. She needs to hold on to whatever assets she can so she can pay the debt. It's not about the earrings themselves. It's about her needing assets to sell at the end of this, because right now, what Emily was explaining was she can, if she starts giving up things, like right now and giving them up and paying this at the end, she could be hit with one whole, an entire lump sum of more debt that she owes, and she won't have anything else to give. So in the meantime, what they think she's doing is holding on to everything until all of that debt, there's the final number that they're saying she owes. And then that's when she'll start giving up stuff. But
that's nice, because she didn't give the orphans and the widows that chance to decide what they wanted to give up and when. So to me, that's bull. Like, I don't, what? Are you
See,
serious?
I thought it was more
When
so,
you're, like I
more
said,
so she's
you're
holding
not
on
gonna
to these
sit
earrings
at
just in case
McDonald's
something
making
goes south and she has
$8
to
an
hop them
hour.
for herself
You
later.
make a good living every year, at least $1 million a year. So it doesn't wash with me. Trying to hang on to that blood money because I got debt. Okay, well, you're making money, so let's not see. That's insulting to me. That's insulting people's intelligence.
Trish,
That'll be interesting to see. That'll be interesting to see if she files bankruptcy after, at the end of this road. I know that there are certain things that cannot be discharged. So if I go out and injure somebody, if I run you over, I can't, and then you get a judgment against me for having run you over. I cannot then file for bankruptcy and get rid of that judgment. I also can't file bankruptcy to get rid of if I had to pay alimony to my husband or child support. There are certain things that you can't discharge in bankruptcy. But so I don't know what the debt, I know that there's a huge amount of money, millions of dollars that Girardi Keith had paid to Erika's company.
25 million, allegedly.
Now the company, and I don't, right? Now the company could go into bankruptcy, but you could claim that the company's really her because it's not a big company. She might be the
where's
only.
that money? Because according to the rumors, that company has never made a profit.
Well, so what the trustee's going to do, and I was involved in a case that was 15 years old, and I had to follow the money. I had to follow the money, and wherever that money landed, I had to go after those people to get it back. And in one circumstance, well, in every circumstance, it's a long story. The people actually deserved that money, but because it had been paid preferentially, the trustee had to go in and bring it all back and divvy it up equally because some people got paid 100%, some people got paid zip. So the trustee comes in and pulls it back in to pay equally. I don't know. I would think that Erika would try to file bankruptcy if she gets a $25 million judgment against her. Because how is she going to?
She's going to file bankruptcy at the end of the
Then that means if Ronald.
And there's a judgment.
If Ronald Richards said no, then it must be the type of judgment against her that is non-dischargeable. Because he's still practicing. He would be up. He's more on top of it than I am. But I know that there are certain judgments that cannot be discharged, and this must be one of them. It must be fraud or considered fraud, something that you cannot just discharge in bankruptcy.
Yeah, I said from the beginning, I knew at the end of this, once the judgment is filed, because she can't file bankruptcy now, because then whatever judgment came,
right,
it wouldn't be dissolved.
It's going to be post-petition, right?
Exactly. So she has to wait for all this to be settled, and she's going to file bankruptcy. So is her husband. It's obvious.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so glad I'm being helpful.
Yes,
you are.
Trish, you have been extremely helpful. Hey.
Yay.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next couple of topics. And I wanted to say thank you. And I will, if everyone's still in the room, I'll bring you back up as a panel. And if you decide to leave, well, happy Valentine's Day to all of you.
Happy Valentine's Day and congratulations. And I will see you in Nashville.
Hey, I'll see you in Nashville, Trish.
Yay. I'm driving in from Richmond. Maybe with my husband, maybe not.
We're going to have such a good time. So we have a lot of fun stuff in store. I can't wait to meet you in person.
Yeah, I just want to say, Adam, you deserve it so much. You are such a great, nice person. And you support everybody. And I just think it couldn't happen. And I'm waiting for the 1 million.
Hey,
there you go.
Okay. All right. Now I'm setting the bar. You're
gonna get there. You're gonna get there. I know you are. I'm gonna be right here still supporting. I love you. You
cheers to 1 million.
You guys are down to earth. You guys are amazing.
Thank you. Thank you, Bad and Bougie. Thank you, Georgia, and thank you, Trish. If you are still in the room, I will bring you back up.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Oh, you feel the love in this room. Happy Valentine's Day. That's why I was saying this is like this is like my perfect Valentine's Day. Honestly, I love everybody and bringing in your input, and especially for Trish to call in and share that. That was amazing, because we can sometimes sit here and have discussions, but for me specifically, I always have to use words like alleged and, you know, more so come to you guys with questions than statements, because this is not my field. That's why I always love to bring on, whether it's Emily or Ronald or someone, I like to bring them on because of that reason. Now, there is, and I want to bring this up really quick, Ronald Richards came out with another tweet, and of course, we're going to talk about it just because, well, hold on. Here it is. Here's the tweet. Share screen. Brave. Ronald Richards. Okay. All right. Well, we'll go with this one first. Ronald Richards, this was on February 11th. The IRS follows our tweets. We have been told. We hope that they have read yours as well. Oh, okay. We already talked about that one. Now, breaking. Real Genshaw's last co-defendant, Cameron Brewster, has decided to fold his cards and plead guilty. His COP is tomorrow. This means that Jen will be the only one going to trial. Shaw, fabulous choice. Shaw versus USA's telemarketing conman. Snitching comes next. That looks like that could be, well, a big deal. But hold on. I know that there's a few more in here that I wanted to talk about. Oh, yes, of course there are. I wanted to congratulate Kenya Moore because this is amazing. Let's talk about something positive. Kenya Moore's hair care is now being stocked at CVS Pharmacy. Kenya filmed a cutting of the tape alongside Candy and newbie Sonia. That is exciting because, guys, I had a product. In this product, I'm still patent pending on my product, but we had a deal where I went, and this was about 3 or 4 years ago. I drove from Los Angeles to Arizona to pitch it to CVS at this hotel, and they loved the product. The only problem is CVS tries to, it's not, they're a business, right? So you have to get that price per unit as low as possible. And we were just coming into a pandemic. So the price that we could get the product for did not make sense to put it inside of a store. It's still a dream, of course, because I feel like I'm a jack of all trades and a master of none. Like I always dip my hands in everything, wrote an animated series and launched a visual dating app. I didn't realize what went behind that. You know, patent pending on something, but I'm always trying to do new things. And for Kenya to be able to make it into CVS is such a testament to all of her hard work and her business. So Kenya, congratulations. We love you and we can't wait to watch you on the new season. So let's go ahead and take her out. Now, before I start bringing up more callers, let me see what else I have in here to share with you guys. Nope, you're out. Oh, I wanted to share this one too. During the Q&A, a fan asked Andy Cohen, do you have housewives that you hate as much as we do, but you keep them on for good TV? He said maybe 1 or 2, and everybody was shocked by this answer, but I don't know how you guys are shocked by this answer, especially when he's not going to like all of them. I mean, I could imagine that some would be great TV, but I couldn't imagine where Andy Cohen's going to absolutely love every single housewife. And if you've seen in the past, there have been a few of them, even, I mean, I can think of at the top of my head, one from New York and one from Potomac that he has gone back and forth with before, and they've even bashed him in that book, okay? So before we move on and talk about or bring up more callers, what else do I have here for you guys? Oh, this is a story that I'm so sick of hearing about. Brandi Glanville, let the mouse go, as Sutton Strack would say. She can't. All right. Brandi Glanville. Denise Richards is on Jeff Lewis's radio show lying her ass off right now. We had sex one time. It was not a turn on for me. I couldn't get into it. And it 1,000,000% happened. And I will take a lie detector test. And I'm not the only housewife that she has tried to have sex with. Brandi, we've got to let that one go. We really do have to let that one go. You're not getting back on the show. You're on Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. I think if anything at this point, she's more pissed off that she thought by bringing this information on the show that she would probably get her full-time diamond holding position back. And I'm sure she did not anticipate getting cut from the reunion that year, especially because she was already makeup glammed out, ready to go. It reminds me of when Kenya was disinvited to Portia's event last year when they were celebrating her putting herself on the front lines of the Black Lives Matter movement. And then all of a sudden her sister called Kenya and was like, sorry, we can't invite you. And Kenya was like, did you know? Did you know? Somebody's paying for my glam. And I was like, well, she's not wrong. You guys let her get all glammed up and you tried to get a reaction out of her by telling her last minute, like you didn't know that she wasn't wanted at this event. And I think for Brandi, she's like, you guys didn't pay me shit. Excuse my French. You guys didn't pay me. You guys invited me to the reunion. You gave me half of the paycheck for that. Didn't even let me speak my piece. And you guys didn't invite me back as a friend of the show or full time. But Tamra Judge said this before. And I'm not calling a woman or anybody a cow, but she used the analogy, you know, why buy the cow when you get the milk for free? And that's why Tamra Judge said that she would not go on the Real Housewives of Orange County and film as a friend of and give them, you know, all of her energy that she's put into the last however many seasons, because then they'll start paying her less. And she, in her mind, said, I know my worth. I'm not doing that. Hold on, because I like to hit all of our topics. Where are you? Oh, I can't play that one. I did want to talk about this, though. Kanye West. Okay, this was an article that came out on Radar Online, and Kanye West leaked text that Pete Davidson sent him. And Machine Gun Kelly, they were saying that he was caught in the crossfire. But he said a couple things, and I don't know if you guys caught Kanye West's latest rant this weekend, but it was hilarious, and he ended up taking it all off of Instagram for the most part. But he said, look at this dickhead, and I wonder if Instagram's going to shut down my page for dissing Hillary Clinton's ex-boyfriend. He also said that he's never going to be able to see his kids because, well, Pete in the text message, what he was asking, he's like, you know, one day I would like to meet your children. And he said, no, you will never meet my children. And he put that next to a picture of Pete and Machine Gun Kelly in their underwear acting like, well, a bunch of fools. But it was for, I mean, it was for a photo shoot. If I were Kanye West too, though, at this point, even though I don't know, he's celebrating the fact that he's like, listen, I'm trending right now. I did a Super Bowl commercial. If you guys caught this Kanye West Super Bowl commercial, this McDonald's commercial where they were all, it was just a bunch of different people and he was the main celebrity in this commercial. They were pulling up to McDonald's and they're like, I'll take a, and then the next person was like, and then the next person was like, and then Kanye pulls up for literally 4 seconds and goes, I'm like, is that, yeah, you made it on the Super Bowl commercial, but let's talk about the people who are performing at the Super Bowl. Something like that actually made a, I don't know, impact, I guess. By the way, if you guys didn't watch last night's Super Bowl halftime show, it was so good. Okay, last, let me go ahead and bring this up. Kanye West did make it to the Super Bowl, and I was surprised to see that he was not in a box. You could see his daughter looks extremely thrilled to be there. There's North, there's Saint. Obviously, we can tell who Kanye is in this photo. What a weekend for this guy. And I keep on saying we're going to stop talking about Kanye West and this Kim Kardashian saga. But if you're going to keep on tweeting about it, how are we going to go ahead and stop talking about it? Or going on Instagram and going on these rants? And he's like, I'm trending. Did you guys see the photos too, where it was like these Marvel posters? Kanye's on one side, Pete Davidson's on the other, and he's like, West versus Davidson. Like, this is, I think the scary part here is Pete Davidson, let's not even pretend like he has the same following as Kanye West. It's not even on the same, it's not even close. Okay. So it was like when Taylor Swift got into the whole back and forth with Kanye, and the Taylor Swift fans had a bigger impact than Kanye's because they were more of like a cult following, and they all went after Kim Kardashian, all went after Kanye West. They started threatening the family. Same thing with Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez. Justin Bieber's fans ended up, threatening Selena Gomez, and then Selena Gomez's fans ended up all threatening Hailey Bieber, threatening her life. This is something that's actually pretty scary because there are people out there who are like, I'll do it for Kanye West. I'm going to take out Pete Davidson. I don't know if that's something to play with, especially when he's like, we're all going to pull up to SNL. And I have questions. So let's bring up some more callers. Hello. Welcome back. Hi, Sarah.
Hi.
Bonjour.
Okay.
I finally get to be on with Janelle and Bougie. Oh my gosh.
Hello.
Thank you. I am a follower, and I love your opinions, ladies. So I feel blessed to share the screen with you guys.
Oh,
Adam,
thank you.
You're welcome, and happy Valentine's to you all.
Happy Valentine's.
And all the family that's watching. I love my family.
Yes.
And I'm so excited for your silver plaque, your play button. I know I speak. I don't like to say I speak for everybody normally, but yes, I know that we love your love and your light. And I will say I had a rough weekend family wise. And I was like, "Oh, Adam will cheer me up. I know that I will feel better after watching Adam." So thank
if it
you.
makes you, I'm sure it doesn't make you feel better, but I had a really rough weekend too. So Jason and I both had a rough weekend, and like Jason is dealing with his grandma in Boise, Idaho, and he got a call, so he might be having to fly out, and there's health issues and stuff like that going on. So all across the board, and that's important too to remember, Sarah, is like, especially in this community, everybody's so loving on here, and I feel like everyone kind of leans on each other in moments that's why I just really appreciate all of you guys.
And I appreciate how much everybody shares of their opinion, because I will say sometimes you ladies have, and like Georgia and other people have made me pause and say, huh, I didn't look at it that way. I will be 100% honest. For example, when I first saw Kim's Vogue thing, it didn't occur that, I guess I thought the lighting was dark and they were trying to be moody. And then, y'all were all like, no, she's trying to be black. I looked at it again. I was like, oh, I feel like a moron. But, but that's just something that, that's why it's helpful to have other people to open your eyes and to give opinions on. And then you're like, okay, no, let me recalibrate. So
one person too that I love bringing up, because we always sometimes, like, we don't always have the same viewpoint or stance on something, and we can sit here, and I think that she's always great for the panel too, is Larja Curves, because she'll come up and we completely disagree on something, but then she'll look at me and she'll say, Adam, I didn't think about it that way. Or 9 times out of 10, it's me looking at her like, Larja, you're absolutely right. It's interesting to hear a different perspective. And it makes me so happy that we can come on and have these conversations without ripping each other's heads off and like getting upset with each other, because really everybody's just trying to understand. Unless they're not, then, sometimes we have people who will come on.
It makes you think, because I can't tell you how many times we talk about different housewife situations, and I come on like totally one way, and then I come on here and I'll be like, oh, well,
exactly. Larja Curves is good with that too, because there's many times where she said stuff where I'm like, well, I didn't think that was. Maybe I didn't think it was an issue, or I just, whatever the case may be, but yeah, I appreciate your panel being so just like Mocha Rain, everybody having so many different opinions, being from different places. Anyway, it's just great. Yeah. So, thanks, and Krista, anyway, everybody's so fun.
Krista today. Did Krista just party it up for the Super Bowl?
I guess she did.
Krista was like, I'm doing the damn thing.
Started messaging her.
I'm really sober from the weekend.
Oh my God. That's why I said after this weekend too, like with Jason getting his horrible news, it's not horrible. There's still things that could happen to change, things that are going on with his grandma's health and stuff like that. And this isn't my story to tell, but it's just to show that like we had kind of a little bit of a rough weekend too. But after that, it was so easy to, let's go get champagne and let's do a happy hour. Let's just kind of go check ourselves out. And then Jason and I talked about it today, which I don't know why we chose Valentine's Day to do this, but we're like, you know what? We're going to take the next 6 weeks until we go to LA. We're not going to be drinking. We're just going to try to, but sometimes too, I'm not going to lie. It's not like there's like a problem over here, like with the drinking and stuff like that. It's just sitting in a room and doing YouTube and stuff. We have to find, and I was talking to Jason about this. We have to, by the way, guys, 600 in the room, smash that like button. We have to sometimes find a better or something else to do to get ourselves out of the house, because we sit in this small apartment and work and we're like, oh, it's 3 o'clock. We're done. Let's go grab a bite to eat or grab a drink, because happy hour is 3 to 6 and I'm frugal. So I love a good happy hour. But now we're like, maybe we'll go take the dogs and walk on the beach, and maybe we'll go grocery shopping and do domesticated stuff well, I don't know. It sounds boring, but we'll do it. We'll do it.
Maybe try your hand at cooking more. Like, no. Well, you've already mentioned, I thought you mentioned that neither of you are really strong. So in the cooking department.
Yeah, no, this is, I mean, I'll burn a Tostino's
You're like,
pizza in
no,
the
I don't even
microwave.
want to.
Yeah, no, this guy, no. And I'm the worst too. Like I'm really sloppy with cooking because I end up, oh, we lost Sarah. I'm really sloppy with cooking because sometimes I'll start putting stuff in or whatever. And then like by the time I think that everything's good and I want to add 50 different ingredients, I look at the sink and I'm like, oh, Jason, that's on you. I cooked. And he's like, screw you. I'm not doing that.
I like to do all the cooking in my house, but this weekend we were out and about. We got a hotel in right by downtown LA so that we could be by all the functions. And
Did you go to the Super Bowl?
No, I didn't go to the Super Bowl, but I did go to the party.
What part? Janelle and I we want to know. You can't just drop that. What
I
party?
have one party in mind.
Drake's party with
whose party?
So I will say this.
So I read about it in the Daily Mail. Tell me.
Because you know I'm a Sierra fan, and I love their little marriage. It's so cute. It's so beautiful to me. You know, like I just love them, right? So you know I'm a fan. So they got there kind of early. I was there early, and then I don't know if it was a sneak thing or what, but then all of a sudden Future's introduced.
Okay. So this was
Yeah.
all right.
So
with the big dogs over here.
As soon as the whole Future thing came, boom, they gone.
I don't blame her. I don't blame her. I heard the parenting was not the best.
Well, okay, but this is supposed to be an invitation only party. So why weren't they told in advance he was going to be there or vice versa? You know what I'm saying? Like it would have been common courtesy. You know what I'm saying? But you could tell it was it was just like, because I'm over in the corner, kind of towards the back, so I can see the whole everything going down. You know what I'm saying? And so as soon as they made the announcement, Future, she was gone. But I love Sierra.
I don't. You know what?
Class, her and her husband, I love them. Like I love them. So
I don't expect people to have like common courtesy for those type of things because like being in this industry, people love mess. People really do love mess because I've been to parties in New York and I've been like, really, y'all, we gonna do this? But I'm gonna be sitting there with some popcorn in my drink, watching the whole damn thing because I'm nosy as hell. Hello.
Okay. Janelle. Janelle's like, I am everything that I'm
in LA this weekend. I'm telling you, it was fights. It was just everything.
Shooting, fights, all the. I mean, like every 5 seconds.
Crazy.
Like there's an app called Citizen where a lot of people in New York City use it, where they tell you if something like crime-wise has happened in your area, like someone got hit by a car or someone was seen with a knife, like things like that. And so, like, ever since I've been in Florida, like my app doesn't know where the hell I am. So they were giving me notifications for LA, and I don't know why, because I didn't have it set to LA.
Oh, it was everything going on out here.
And my phone was just blowing up of all the craziness that was happening in LA this weekend. I was like, why am I not there?
The baby was having fights. Everybody was, it was crazy.
I was here for it, hunty.
I mean, also, can I just say really quick, because I know we were all, by the way, Tisa Tells, thank you so much for the love and support. We love you too. And Tisa.
Oh, I love Tisa.
Oh my gosh, me too. And I love
her.
Tisa, we have to do Atlanta together.
And you know what? When Tisa Tells, I'm going to tell you, her stuff be real. Because I was there when they left, and then I saw her come on live and talk about it. I was like, yes, girl.
She does too. She literally, for Tisa, and I love how excited she gets too, because she's like, there's nothing that feels better than reporting something before it comes out, and then it coming out and being like, boom, I did that. So I love Tisa Tells doesn't just come on like, you know, I feel like we all have different ways of navigating YouTube and how we bring information. And a lot of times, like I'll bring articles that are already out, which that's not exclusive to me. That's me sharing what's happening. And then I like to try to get my interviews and stuff like that. Tisa, legit, I think she has like a man on the ground with every franchise. And she's like, there's like
that's
somebody.
what I'm telling you, because I was there and I saw everything. And when she was like, I was just like, but no, before that, other stuff she said too, it'd be real. So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I trust her journalistic, you know what I'm saying? Because she be coming with some real shit. Like this weekend, and there's a lot more that happened.
Oh, see, yeah, I like how Bad and Bougie's like, when you find out, you'll know, and then we could talk about it. But right now, I want to make sure that I get invited to the party next year. So I'm not saying
Exactly. Because the main thing is that people have to be able to trust you to know that you're not going to video them or record them. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the most important thing to people that want to keep their privacy.
Right.
So once
Did they make you give up your phone?
like that, you're like done. Like you can't.
Did you have to give up your phone?
Huh?
Did you have to give up your phone?
Certain parties, yeah, you do. I did.
But this party with Drake's party, did you have to give?
No,
your phone?
I didn't have to give up my phone, but I would never do that because that's not. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't.
Right. Right. You know, I thought it was funny, and this is just like a tidbit. It's kind of cotton candy, whatever. But I love that out of everybody who went to Paris Hilton's wedding, you only see one person with a phone. She made everybody give up the phone. And Kim K is like, I'm not giving up my phone. There's no way. And she's like,
oh, she had them give up their phone. That's good. I don't see, because I don't feel like I do believe like you're a celebrity, so we should be able to talk about you. But I don't believe every part of their life should be public.
Correct.
That's not fair.
I agree with that.
You should reserve the right to some anonymity in special moments in your life. And I think honestly, getting married, like a moment like that, or like, you know, even when the Kardashians, they have their baby showers and they have the big tents and stuff, they're like, we just want this moment and we'll share it in the future. We'll document it, whatever. But just for this, give us space. I do think those special moments, sure. But if it's like, I mean, I guess it's case by case basis. But I did want to ask, since you were in the thick of the Super Bowl, Janelle, I know that you were on social media, your church. I don't even know what you were doing this weekend, but you got judged. You had a moment. What did we think about, let me bring this up. Tisa tells, LOL, don't be modest, Adam, you're the GOAT and you're such an inspo. And yes, there is more, LOL, but gotta respect sources. LOL, Adam, we should do ATL in Beverly Hills. Tisa, yes, I will always,
we're all
collaborate.
Yes, that would be fun.
Yes, we love Tisa over here.
All for that.
All right. So that was my question. Did you guys see the Kanye West rants over the weekend?
Of course I did. I didn't know his ass, but I looked on it. I looked it up. Man.
Did you see Kim's like her little shady post?
I don't follow either Kanye or Kim, but whenever they're shady, I do go on their pages and I look and I go like, and I get off, because if I follow them, I feel like I won't have a life. I just have to be able to do other things.
Right.
So I love when Kim be throwing them shady posts. Yes.
And this is geared towards Kanye. She's like, I still make this face, LOL. I'm like, all right. But also, I couldn't imagine, and I don't want to sit here, this again, there's so many things that are playing into this right now, but it does kind of shock me. I feel like with Kanye, and he loves a good reaction, right? He does love a good reaction, but I do feel like it is kind of dangerous to kind of tell your fans, like, we're going to pull up to SNL and like kind of, it's almost like, do we remember, and I don't want to get political here, but do we remember the Capitol riots and like when you say something, people sometimes take it and they're like, yeah, get them. And it's like,
you know what? There was a study that was released this weekend. I forget which news publication. I think it was the Washington Post, that people's mental health during this pandemic has taken like a huge decline because of just being cooped up inside and not knowing what to do with themselves. And we see that. And my therapist be making money off of me because I be going to her, be like, yo, this shit's naive needs to end.
Tasha K told me, she's like, you need to go get a therapist.
I love my therapist. I
get one now. A therapist, especially if you're going to be on here. She's like, it's vital. Go get your therapist.
Go get your therapist.
She's like, I got a guy. Do you want the guy? I was like, Tasha K, I can't afford your therapist. No.
But and we see that when people are fighting on airplanes and have to be restrained and all that stuff. And so when you are and fans take this stuff literally, like they will go to SNL, because I don't know if any of you have ever waited outside for SNL. I did it one time for a friend and I never did it again because it was 9 degrees outside and that was my best friend. And I love her that much, but I told her, don't you ever bring my black ass out here ever again. We did the whole like where you stand outside the 30 Rock and you wait for them to come out and get pictures and autographs and stuff. And they are literally right there. They're right there and you can touch them and talk to them. And it's like, no, you cannot tell your fans that we're gonna be like meet me outside. No meeting outside. Okay.
Well, and
like
that's the thing is like there are people like not every, so you would think, let's think about the fandom of Kanye West and Kim, and there's millions of people watching this, right? So out of every, like there, even if it's 1% of the 10 million, that's still, there's somebody crazy enough to pull up and think that what you're saying is like you want them to really act on it. And I'm doing this for Kanye and he's going to notice me. It really is scary. I don't think it's like, I mean, I feel like Taylor Swift and Selena Gomez do really good at damage control when they start seeing that their fans are attacking people and they're like, that's not what I want. Please stop. Like they do like the damage control as opposed to like it, or even, first of all, I loved everybody on that halftime show yesterday. And especially, it was so great to see Eminem. It was so great to see Mary J. Blige, 50 Cent. I was like, there's Fofty, where's Randall? Like, I was all about it.
That's Fofty.
When I was watching it, and I was like, this is just incredible. But even Eminem, back in the day, he would always do the same thing. He would sit there and drag people in his music, but it wasn't, I don't feel like it was ever going on. I don't even think Eminem really goes on social media, but it wasn't ever going on social media like, get him.
Can I just say one thing about Eminem? Now, I never found him attractive when he first came out. Like all the girls in my middle school were like, oh my God, he's so cute. I'm like, that bleach blonde hair, miss me with that. But girl, let me tell you.
Who was your favorite?
With the beard?
Who was your favorite out of all of the performers at last night's halftime show?
Who was my favorite?
Yeah.
Hello, Queen Mary, because I wanted the Mary dance. I wanted the Mary dance. Like when she does the whole mic thing and she leans to the side and then she got them thick thighs save lives. So yes, Queen Mary. Okay. And then they did the crip walk at the Super Bowl. Hello. That's not critical race theory, then I don't know what is.
It was all LA. That's what I was telling my husband while we were watching the game. I was like, there's no way LA can lose. It's just, we're here in our hometown. And it's the championship. And you already know my ex-husband played for the Rams. So I'm just like, we're winning this. It's no way. It's no, like you guys have had to feel the vibe in LA the whole week. It's no restaurant you could go to. It's no party you could go to. It's no after hours. It's no day party you could go to without it being packed with celebrities. It was just the whole vibe. I knew we had to win.
Last night, I'm not going to lie.
It was about to be a mess. I mean, I don't know how many chances they got when it was like first down again. I was like, if Matthew Stafford does not throw this damn ball and Cooper Kupp don't catch it,
scared me.
Like, how many chances did y'all get last night? Y'all
shout out to the Bengals, but shout out to the Bengals. They did a good job because they scared me for a minute. And my husband was like, calm down. We got this.
Last night, y'all not about to come to the Super Bowl twice and lose both times.
Yeah, it was our hometown. It was our city. The whole vibe was LA. I can't tell you guys how fun it was over the week. We even went and got a hotel so we could be right in the center of everything. So we don't have to drink and drive.
We gotta come party with you.
Seriously.
Yeah, it was, oh my God, it was the best weekend I done had in like 3-4 years. Like,
this was actually an interesting, I mean, when Jason and I just went to LA, it was such a, like between the, this, Bad and Bougie, like everywhere you go, restaurants, hotels, whatever, you need to make sure that you have your vaccine card. Everything has to be like they're very like into making sure that they check every single thing that you do. The mask has to, it's totally different night and day than Florida. But I did want to say really quick and a shout out to her. Jason and I have a friend named Claudia who has been a producer on Ellen's show for over 15 years. And she is the reason that I found my pops, because she invited us a year to a show where they gave out the Ancestry DNA kits. And I always love, like, Ellen has the best relationship with Claudia. She adores Claudia. Claudia loves Ellen. And she gets to do everything. She has the best, like, experiences because of her time on the Ellen show. And last night I was watching her and I was like, what is Claudia up to? Okay, so she gets to the Super Bowl. All right, Super Bowl. It looked like she has good seats, okay. But then I'm watching.
She definitely had good seats.
Adam Devine. Okay, but then it gets better. No, let's get past this. There she is with Ellen's in the booth.
Hey, Ellen.
There's
hey,
LeBron.
Portia. Hey, LeBron.
There's Mayweather.
Oh, hi.
J-Lo.
Hey, Queen.
Jonas.
Oh, why was he there?
I don't know. Tracy Morgan.
Oh my God, he feeling.
Kevin Hart.
My God. She
Drake.
Everybody.
Yeah. She literally, Rita Ora. I'm like, you had, like, these seats. Look at this. Look at the energy.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm always amazed too by.
That's what I'm telling you. We could not have lost. That you got to see, like, it was no way. It was just no way it was going to happen. No way.
I mean, it absolutely blows my mind. And I think more than anything, I'm always mind blown by the fact that they can do the set change so fast for a halftime show. I'm like, how the hell did you just build an entire open house? Like, you put a modular home on the field. That
my
blows
mom,
my mind.
they were on Telemundo, they were doing their they were doing their recap. And my mom was like, turn to Telemundo, turn to 62. I was like, okay. And you could see how they were moving all the sets while they were talking. And I was just like, oh my God, like that is some SNL level. Because if you've ever been to an episode of SNL, they move sets lightning fast. Like, I do not know how they do it. And that's how fast they were moving those sets on that field. Like, it was like boom, 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 pow. And it was like a wrap.
Yeah, and I don't know how to, and I guess maybe it's because I haven't really been to a game like this, but I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, how do you guys not damage the hell out of the field? And
well,
like,
they practice. They have to practice that type of stuff. They don't just like hire some people and just like, oh, go on the field and move it. Like like these people, they're most likely unionized. They're probably most likely part of the IATSE, and they know how to move like movie and TV sets. Like they know these things cost thousands upon thousands of dollars. They're not about to like wreck it. So they know what they're doing when they're moving that stuff.
Okay. Well, with that, I loved having everybody on today and having these conversations. Jason is starting for everybody in the room, guys. Don't forget to smash that like button. We all know that we do a Wake Up in Adam, and we always cover Bravo hot topics because that's kind of my thing. You start talking to me about Leonardo DiCaprio or the Queen, I'm like, I'll listen to it, but I don't really want to talk about it. Whereas Jason's like, I can't do with a bunch of women screaming at each other all the time. I need real news. So Jason's doing his own headlines today. He's doing them at 11:15, and I'm going to be in the live chat joining. I asked if I could be a part of it, and he was like, no, this is my thing. So if you guys want to come over and join us at 11:15 for Jason's first today's headlines, then definitely come and see us there. I pinned the link at the top of the live chat. And also to everyone who joined us today, thank you. Thank you for the super chat, super stickers, Tisa. Thank you for the congratulations on the silver play button. I'm so excited for all of us. Happy Valentine's Day. I hope I meant it when I said it earlier. You don't have to have a partner to celebrate Valentine's Day, because then you just use this day for self-love and treat yourself. I mean,
that's what I told the girl at Starbucks. Because
Valentine's Day could be anyone. I take my 3 sons out for Valentine's Day every Valentine's Day because they're my original Valentine's Day. And then, I've been celebrating Valentine's Day all weekend with my husband. But you know what? Anybody, your friends can be
a celebration.
Okay, Janelle.
Your friends could be your Valentines. We could be your Valentines. Anybody could be your Valentines. It's not just about couples. It's just about love overall.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think that's the
part that gets lost is like, I think it's very easy. And listen, I tweeted about it this morning. I was like, another Valentine's Day without a Valentine. Let me go cry over my Frappuccino. And I was like talking to the girl at Starbucks. I was like, why am I going to be sad? I'm alive. I'm living my best life. I went to the gym and did things. You know what? I'm good.
Not love, but with other people. It's Valentine's is not just about a mate. It's just about love.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm going to show love to myself by doing these crunches because Janelle is trying to get that summer body right. Okay.
Hey.
And I'm still at my Starbucks and get that summer body because you know what? I think the C word is going to be a memory. And so Janelle needs to get tight and right.
Listen, I just said I'm doing my last time I took off the 4 weeks of no drinking when and this is just personal. I don't care. Jason always says that I overshare, but I don't care. When I was working in Los Angeles and stuff, I was at like around 162 pounds, something like that. But then after I got into a situation and then ended up moving to LA and I wasn't able to work out the same. And I ended up, putting on at least 25 pounds. And then I stopped drinking. And after I stopped drinking for 4 weeks, I was able to drop 15 of those pounds. So now like 6 weeks in, or now I want to do it for 6 weeks again, but not really it's just because the alcohol, you retain it in your face. Like for me, especially, I get it in my face and then I get it in my ass, like alcohol ass and alcohol face. And I walk around and people are like, that's not yours. I'm like, yes, it is. And I paid for all that champagne, bitch. No, but also, and today, since it is Valentine's Day, I don't have kids, but I do have little fur babies, and today is my dog's birthday. So happy birthday, Theo!
Yes, happy birthday!
Yeah. So happy birthday, Theo!
Oh, that's so adorable.
So yeah.
That is so cute.
That is really cute. Y'all make me want to have dogs. I'm not ready.
I'm shopping for a dog right now.
I mean, in New York, I couldn't have done. In LA, that's when we got our dogs. We rescued them. But in New York, when I was thinking about like having to go down the flights of stairs, and it was like every other month our elevator was out, and then there were blizzards coming in. I was like, "There's no freaking way no, I'm not walking the dog street."
Go crazy in apartments. Like they just.
You know what? I want to know: is it wrong? I mean, I would love to rescue a dog, but I have. Like it has to be like a purebred dog.
Is it because you're hypoallergenic, or is it you just like want a purebred?
Yeah.
dog?
Oh yeah. Okay. So you don't watch my page, Adam. But anyway, yeah, I'm severely allergic.
No, because my dogs are hypoallergenic, and I got one off of Craigslist because it was around the same time that Trump was elected, and. And the woman who I got the dog off of Craigslist for, really quick, this is actually a funny story. Jason and I don't ever go to happy hour and then think that, oh, let's go get a dog. So Jason and I went to the Pound, the Humane Society, after going to happy hour. And we walk up and we're looking at dogs. And there's this little like black dachshund Chihuahua mixed dog. And it comes over and it's licking Jason's hand through the thing. And I was like, oh my gosh, we want him. And I walk up and it's like, ah! And I was like, no. And then Jason, yes. And then Jason's like, it's okay. Let's put him in a room with us. And then, they said, this is a puppy. There's a lot of interest. He's probably going to go fast, but we just got him. So we have to keep him for 3 more days. We'll put him in the room with you. And the dog's looking at me and it's like, and I was like, no, hell no. Am I getting that dog? So Jason, we talked about it and he's like, please, I love him. Will you go back? I have to work today. Will you go pick him up? And I totally lied to Jason. And I was like, yeah, I'll go back and get him. And I went on Craigslist and I was looking up other dogs that need homes. And I found my dog. And the woman who had the dog was actually being deported back to Mexico. And she started crying. I went and picked up the dog. Yeah, I picked her up. We got her actually right outside of Compton. And I met the woman and her son at a Walgreens. And she brought her over, the one that's in my hand. Her name's Harlow. She brought her over and she's crying her eyes out and like not wanting to part ways. And then I started crying and then the dog looks like it has tears. And I called my mom and I'm like, I don't know what to do. And Jason, he said to me, he's like, I'm going to go to our friend November's house. Will you meet me at our friend's house? And I said, yeah, I'll meet you and I'll come pick you up. You don't have to Uber home. And then when I got there, I was like, hey, I got a case of champagne for November because I know it's her daughter's birthday. Her daughter's turning 8. If my daughter was turning 8, I would want a bunch of champagne too. So
Right?
will you get the case out really quick? And he's like, a case of champagne? Why? And then all of a sudden this little head pops up and he's like, Adam, what did you do? That is not my dog. And he looked at her for like 30 minutes. He's like, I don't know, Adam. And then he fell in love with her. And then for Theo belonged to a music producer. I'm not going to say his name, but Theo belonged to a music producer that was in an extremely abusive relationship with his soon-to-be ex-wife. And the woman would get upset with him and would throw the dog down the stairs and attack the dog with a broom and all kinds of crazy stuff. The woman was like absolutely psychotic. So it took us a year. Like, he wouldn't let us really pet him. He didn't want us to be around him. He bonded with our female dog really quick. And now he's just like my little best friend buddy. He jumps in the bed, good morning every morning, gives you kisses, like wants to go out. He's like such a buddy. I'm obsessed with them. But it takes, I mean, they're rescues. It takes some time. And usually rescues have gone through some stuff. But also, let me tell you real quick, Bad and Bougie, about a purebred dog. You go spend $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 on that dog, and it has entitlement. Whereas my dogs, they don't pee on the floor, nothing. And I always tell them, you want to go back on Craigslist? I don't think you want to go on Craigslist.
Don't you be grinding them with the Craigslist?
I do. I'm like, you better get your shit together because you want to go back on Craigslist. No, okay. And now they're so good. They know we respect each other.
No, but you know what? The thing that I want is, it just matches what you said. I don't want a dog that's been through anything. You know, I want a brand new, like I want a newborn straight off his mom's, you know, breast milk to me. Like I don't want it to have went through anything.
Yeah.
I don't want no, you know what I'm saying? Because we good over here. I don't want no mental.
I look at them and I'm like, listen, you've been through some shit and I've been through some shit. So I'll get a bottle of champagne. I'll get you some chicken from Costco. You get to eat your chicken. I'll have my champagne and we'll watch Netflix together.
No, because you know what? I kept my daughter's dog for 6 weeks because she went back to Jamaica because her dad's family's from there. So she went back there for a month and a half. So I kept her dog. And her dog was like so traumatized from being around my daughter and her kids. Like he would just hide under the couch and look out. And I'm like, look, you don't have to go through this trauma over here. Like we're free over here. You don't have to hide on the couch.
Poor animals. It's so sad. Like we actually really don't deserve them. It really is. Like I'm such a big, I mean, love animals. I grew up in, my mom had monkeys and we had like exotic macaws and I've always just loved animals. And now I even had, and I know I gotta go, don't worry, Jason's show's coming up. But I even had this little flying squirrel that I got. And when I got this flying squirrel, they put it in the cage and they're like, well, it's a baby and you have to put your hand in and the squirrel's going to attack you and rip your hand apart, but you have to let it attack you because if it attacks you, eventually it'll learn to trust you. You can't pull your hand out when it attacks you because it's going to show dominance. So I would rip my hand out after it's attacking me and the squirrel never respected me. And I'm like, nope, you can take this squirrel back because that thing's going to rip my hand apart. But I do see, let's continue this conversation over. Guys, 550 in the room. Smash that like button. Jason's going on in 7 minutes, so I'm going to jump off here. That way we can meet over there. I attached the link inside of the live chat. It's pinned. And Janelle, Bad and Bougie, everybody who called in, I love you guys, and I'll see you so very soon. Happy Valentine.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
guys. Bye.
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 Bye, 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 bye.
Okay. All right, bye. All right, guys, don't forget to smash that like button. Let's continue the conversation over on Jason's channel, Down with Jason. Link pinned up at the top. And I love you guys. Happy Valentine's Day. And thank you so much for celebrating our unboxing. Bye, guys. Love you, love you, love you. Bye. I can't